Welcome to Talkin Baseball. We've got a whole bunch of games to recap, series that were, players that did good and bad, and the shuffles. And welcome to Talkin Baseball. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name's Jimmy. I'm coming to you from my apartment in New York City. We got Jake. He's coming to you from his apartment in New York City. Producer BBD behind the dish. He's in his house. No one is at the Roosevelt Studios in the Bronx right now as well, no one on this crew.
Roosevelt Studio South is where I'm at. That's where I'm coming from.
I see.
Yes.
I see. As we quarantine before the playoffs, just like the players do, you know? They started their quarantine for the bubble, and so are we.
Yeah.
I don't think our employees know that, we're bubbling in the playoffs. It's just going to be us in that office sharing that shower for a month.
It's a one-way door.
Yeah. So how's everyone doing? I don't know if you're out of the loop or you don't follow other places. I don't know if we've discussed it on this program before. I have COVID, came down with it last weekend. And I don't know, I guess getting through it. Pretty tired. How are you doing, Jake?
Yeah, we're warning out. Oh my God, those weren't words. I was gonna say we're worn out. We're warning out. Yeah, we want you to get better. We'll see. We had an first office field trip where we're a couple blocks away from the stadium, and our first office field trip was the whole office got COVID tests. So that was some good team bonding. So yeah, we're gonna be home for a little bit. My audio this episode is probably not gonna be top notch. Need another cord for that. Just got it. Amazon Prime. Be here tomorrow. How about that? Ad. But yeah, man.
And the cord.
Ad for the cord. So I'm doing okay. Jess is probably, pretty bummed out that I'll be here for the next 10 to 14 days, but that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. Is she leaving for work soon?
No.
Oh. Let me see your side view. Looks like your flow is doing good things. Yeah.
It's hair. It's not good. But
I think it's the back got over the hump. There was like a midweek hump where it was like you gotta cut it, and you persevered, and now it's all right back there.
If I wear a hat and shower, like it can look like I have douche bro hair going on. But what's really happening, Jim? Are you familiar with Dana Holgerson? He's a West Virginia, or he was the West Virginia football coach for a while. Now he's at Houston. Go check out his hair because it's kind of an old man mullet type thing coming in. And I think that's what's happening because my hair is stopping growing on the top of my head, but it's still growing around the sides, monk style almost.
Yeah, male pattern balding, I think is what they call that.
Yeah, but it's still like the other hair is still growing pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good comp, but you're not close to that.
No, I mean he's like all-time legend status hair in the hair world, but it's a baby version of what's going on there.
Cool. You aspire to be that? I mean, he's got some great picks.
He's hilarious.
All right. Hey, there's some cool new standings that have shuffled. What did I say in the intro? Shuffles have standed?
You had it. You got the old kind of the old vaudeville treatment with the intro music. The guy with the big cane right at the end just took you off and was like, all right, we got it.
Well, usually when I play the intro music, I have the wave, so I know when it's about to drop. So right. I know I can time it, but I didn't have that because BBD played it. So I'm just lost there trying to find how many words I need to say to fill it before we start shaking our heads.
So do you want to do some standing stuff quick?
No. Let's do it. I'm just excited for when we
Yeah.
get to standings after the back end of every region.
Yeah, pretty bizarre.
Yeah. All right. Who has the Eastern region? You do?
I believe so.
I hope I don't, because I don't know shit.
Right.
Okay. I have the baseball boogie. Let's make sure it's at an okay volume. Can you hear that?
I can hear it. Can the people hear it?
I bump it a little.
Now we're boogieing, baby. All right, baby. In the East, the New York Yankees, the hottest, scariest team in baseball. Oh, my God. They sweep the Blue Jays. The battle for second place. No. Game 1, 20-6. That is 20-6. It was Davey Day. Davey Garcia, he pitched fine, but it was just a home run festival. This whole series was a home run festival. Cole goes the next day. He does fine. Tanaka the next day. He does fine. Jim, some insane stats. Voit and DJ LeMahieu both had 4 home runs apiece this series. Kyle Higashioka, the backup catcher, had a 3-homer game. And they set records. I think it was 6 home runs in 3 straight games. I think that was a record, which led to the most home runs in a 3-game set. Insane stuff by the Yankees. They are looking good. Speaking of looking good, the Boston Red Sox, they take 2 out of 3 from Miami. Miami was coming off that 7-gamer that they beat up on the Phils. But Tanner Houck, Boston, you guys have a little bit of hope. An actual prospect came up and pitched. He looked good. Evaldi had a solid start. The game Miami won. Jorge Alfaro hit 2 home runs. Catchers hitting home runs. I'm here for it. Washington at Tampa, they played 2. Yarborough, our friend, he got the W in the first game. Everyone kept putting the stat out there. It's a little skewed because he doesn't always start, but a 16-game non-winning streak for Yarborough. He gets the win. And then in the second game, Luis Garcia, I think he's the youngest player in the majors. He's younger than Soto. He homers in the 10th to give the Nats the win. They split the 2-gamer. And then we're going to the Philadelphia Philly. They win game 1 versus the Mets. A big Didi homer. Arrieta was good. But the Mets come back in the second 2 games. Philly's bullpen. DeGrom got hit and hurt in the first game. Mets were down 4-0. J.D. Davis had a pretty big day, led them back. Mets won 5-4. And then the Mets take the final game 10-6. Mets went up 3. Then it was tied at 3-3. Then it was 6-3 Philly. Then it was tied at 6s. And then it was 10-6 Mets. Mets take the series. Do you believe? And then Baltimore hosts Atlanta. They blow out Atlanta in game run. 3 home runs and a 9-run third inning for Baltimore. Toussaint and Jackson got wrecked. MVP candidate, you heard me, Atlanta. Freddie Freeman with a pair of RBI doubles in the second game to win 5-1. But Baltimore takes the series. They win 5-1. It was a Hamill start, 3.1, 3-earned run, 52 pitches. Atlanta needs pitching. They might even be fine with that. But O's win. So, hey, and that's what's going on in the East.
Gross. Gross Eastern region this week. Just disgusting. Besides the Yankees. The Yankees did what they were supposed to do. I mean, Miami loses. The Phillies lose. The Braves lose. And the Rays split. It's gross.
The NL East, man, was supposed to be this powerhouse division, and they all stink.
Yeah.
Like the Braves are going to win by default.
All the playoff-bound teams lost besides the Yankees.
Oh, hey, don't let those Miracle Mets get hot, Jim. Race to 30.
I might start like a swear jar.
Ooh.
And it's if you act as if the Mets are going to the postseason, you have to put money in the jar.
Okay.
And then if they go to the postseason, I'll double it.
Okay. Jim, it's not the Mets. I do have a theory that either the Mets, the Brewers, my Rockies might be dead, but I still think one of these teams is going to have a good week, get to 30 wins, and sneak into the playoffs.
There's 1 week left.
Yeah, They have to go like 8-3. Like, it's
They've
not
never done
crazy.
That is crazy. They haven't done it all season. We did this last episode.
All right.
The Mets have never done that they never had a stretch like that all season. So to think they just have to have their best stretch as a team ever, it's kind of crazy thing to say. But the Reds did
Just like the Yankees did.
The
Reds did it too. Like, it's still this weird short season, man. Like, I understand what you're saying. We haven't seen it, so that is the safe way to lean. But also, teams are kind of building up for this part of the year.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a mess. They're so bad.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
all the teams not in the playoff picture are bad.
You lose. Also, the same thing for all those teams I just mentioned. I mean, you essentially lose a series and it's over. But that's I guess the beauty of this expanded playoffs. They still got a chance.
They got the next 6. Mets' next 6 are against Atlanta and Tampa Bay.
Hey, Atlanta just lost to the Orioles, and Tampa's been struggling themselves.
As far as the rest of the East Coast, the Yankees jumped back in second place, or maybe they started in second place when that series started with Toronto. I forget, but they're 2.5 ahead of Toronto now in second place. I don't think they're going to look back from that spot. They're chasing other things now. Toronto is now the 8th seed, and the Rays stay as the 1 seed. So I don't think that Toronto can fall out either. I mean, we've been saying that the AL is locked up, and it's locked up. It looks like Toronto's going to get the 8th seed, and the Yankees are now trying to steal the 4 seed from the Twins.
Yeah, I mean, Toronto is saying we get another shot at the Yanks, but what we just saw the Yanks do to them, you probably can't come back from that. Yeah, I mean,
they can't.
I mean, the AL picture, I mean, we can start locking a few things in. Toronto is most likely the 8 or the 7. They're right behind Cleveland. And then Houston has been pretty much locked into that 6th spot. Twins and the Yankees fighting for 5-4. And I guess there could still be a shuffle at the top. The White Sox, still the 1 team in the AL.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Over in the NL, we kind of already did it. I mean, so Braves are the 1 seed and Miami's the 2. Philly is the 8 right now.
Yeah, 24-25.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
I know. I just struggle with
that 8 team is going to suck.
Yes, so I hate the false hope it's giving fan bases.
Right, and I understand what you're saying. Like, some team, it could be, maybe the Phillies stay. It could be Milwaukee. It could be the Mets. I don't know who it is, but like some team's going to land in that 8 hole and be like, we made the playoffs. And it's like, did ya?
Yeah. Or like, once we get there, we can we can do damage. And it's like, can ya?
Hey, I don't want to see DeGrom in a 3-game set.
He's one guy. And they'll probably lose the game anyway.
That would be very Metsy.
All right, let's go on to the Central. Here we go.
Yes.
You're starting us off. I'll clean it up.
Yeah, I like that. Cleveland and Chicago, they played a couple exciting games, Jim. 6-5 Chicago. This game was back and forth all day. Baez hit a bomb early. Frankie Lindor with the 2-run tying home run in the 9th. But the Cubs, they win on back-to-back hit-by-pitches, including the game-winning hit-by-pitch with the bases loaded to Cameron Maybin. Cleveland, again, they are sliding. And the Cubs take the second. Savali versus Lester, both with solid starts. And Lester, some emotional stuff, could be his last start at home as a Cubby. Oscar Mercado, a friend, homered after he had a bad start to the season. But Javi Baez hits the walk-off single. The Cubs take both games. And then Cincinnati, the Bungles, no, the Reds, they finally do what we thought they might be capable of. They sweep 4 against the Pirates. They win the doubleheader day. Tyler Stevenson saves them on Bauer Day with the pinch hit walk-off homer. Votto homered in both ends of the doubleheader. They were down 1, and then they scored 3 in the 5th and the 6th to blow them out. 9-4 in the second game. Michael Lorenzen, our guy, tough start to the season. He gets the spot start because Sonny Gray was hurt. He goes 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run. Amir Garrett gets his first save. He had a fun press conference about that. Tucker Barnhart, a friend, he homered. And then Luis Castillo, 7 innings, shutty, 10 Ks to take the final game, 1-0. Jim.
That's awesome. Kansas City and Detroit played. Detroit won game 1. Boyd was good. Kansas City won game 2. Singer was good. Minnesota and the White Sox had a big ol' series, Jake. Big ol' 4-game set. Chicago White Sox won 3 out of the 4. In game 1, Taylor Rogers lost it in the 8th with 2 walks, then a single from Adam Engel. Chicago White Sox take game 2 as well. Dunning outpitches Dobnak, Anderson, and McCann both homer, and Luis Rodobert stole 2 bases. How about that? In game 3, Buxton hit a 2-run homer off of Giolito, then Sano hit a 2-run homer off Matt Foster, and the Twins win a game 5-1. Game 4, is it going to be a split series, or will the White Sox win? White Sox win 4-3. They tied it it was tied in the 6th. JD hits the home run, gets ejected, and then Dyson Abreu, Aloy all team up to take it back. White Sox take 3 out of 4 from the Twins. They just keep rolling. It's pretty crazy. And then St. Louis and Milwaukee, they had a 5-game series, doubleheader, regular game, doubleheader. Milwaukee wins the first one. It goes into extras. Kim pitched really good again. Braun tied it in extras. Then Hira wins it. The second game of the first doubleheader, DeYoung had the go-ahead single in the 9th. Then they play a real game. Jay Flair gets the start. Real tough start for him. Yelly and Braun go back-to-back in the first, and then they just keep scoring forever. Milwaukee wins 18-3. St. Louis wins the first game of the next doubleheader, 4-2. Waino gives up 2 early, but then settles down for the complete game. 7 innings win. Milwaukee wins the second game of the second doubleheader. Braun had a 3-run home run in the first. Milwaukee takes 3. St. Louis takes 2. It doesn't really help Milwaukee much. It hurts St. Louis because both those teams are out of the playoff picture now, with Cincy doing good. And, Jake, the Cincinnati Reds. I'm ready to talk all about them. They've earned it, and that's all we've been saying.
Won back-to-back series. Wanted to see series wins.
On top of that, I think they've won like 7 in a row, and they took over second place. Now, they still have a losing record because, the rest of the division kind of left it wide open for them. They've won 5 in a row. But
yeah, they won the series before that. Jim, at the same time, if we want to get excited, I mean, their schedule picks up again. This is the Pirates. This is what they've been doing all year. We're going White Sox, Brewers, Twins the rest of the way for the Reds. They're a game below 500 still. I mean, it's going to be a mess between the last wild card team and the second team in the NL Central.
Yeah, and they have a 3-game set against Milwaukee, who's still like in the mix. I don't know. Dude, it's so messy. I'm almost like I feel like a mom whose the playroom is like just an absolute mess. Who tells the kids to clean it up, and the kids keep calling her into the room and like, "Mom, do you want the books to go here? Mom, do you want the toys to go here? How should I roll up the carpet?" Well, I don't know why the kids are rolling up carpets. And the mom says, "I don't care how it's done, but the next time I come in this room, it better be clean." That's where I'm at with the NL playoffs. Like it's too messy that I don't have interest in how it's going to clean itself up. Just let me know when it's clean.
And I mean, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, dude, the Brewers control so much of their own destiny. I think they finished with another 4 or 5 gamer with St. Louis. And they play the Reds. So it's, again, if a team has a good week, which is Cincinnati did, and now we're talking about them, you're in, and it's bizarre, and I wish the mess was going to be cleaned up, but I think we're going to be here doing our, last Friday episode before the last weekend of games saying like, well, let's see it, because it's a mess.
It's a big time mess right now. So like as it stands, it would be LA versus the Phillies, Dodgers, Phillies, round 1. Which I don't have any faith in the Phillies, but they have 2 good pitchers.
Right.
And then you got the Marlins versus the Padres, which again, that's 2 really good pitchers, Sixto and Pablo. And then you have the Reds, Braves. Oh, I mean, that's scary as hell if you're a Braves fan.
I mean, I think Cincinnati would be favored in that series if it started tomorrow.
Yeah, the Braves, yeah. And then you have Giants, Cubs.
My God, Cubs. Have a luckier year.
It's nuts. So yeah, I don't know what to make of the NL Central.
So from a pure talent perspective, like, who do you think the final 4 teams in the NL should be? Like, if you got to make the playoffs.
From talent.
From pure talent. Like, I think the Reds would be there for both of us easily.
Dodgers and Padres are the easy.
Well, no, I'm saying the bottom 4. Excuse me, for the playoffs.
Oh, that's a less fun conversation.
I think that's why it's more fun.
Well, who are your top 4? Dodgers, Padres, Cubs,
and Atlanta for now.
I mean, they have no pitching.
Right. Really good lineup in Max Fried and a good bullpen. Like, they've kind of earned that. I'm just saying for filling out the rest of the playoff bracket.
I don't care.
Talent-wise, it's probably Reds, Phillies.
No, Cardinals. Cardinals pitching has been
St. Louis, yeah.
St. Louis, Phillies for sure, with Wheeler and Nola, and then all the star power you have offensively there.
Yep.
Like, I think Phillies, Cardinals, Marlins, because of their starting pitching.
Yeah.
But I could be leaving people out. I don't know.
No, I think you're right. I think the ideal other 4 teams to get in would be Miami, Philly, St. Louis, and then Cincy.
Yeah.
Sorry, Milwaukee and San Fran. You're above 500, so
yeah, we'll get to
doing that.
We'll get to the West then. In the AL Central, White Sox are the, what's the saying? Something of the roast.
Something of the roast. Is that what you're looking for?
BBD, finish the saying for me.
I don't know where to begin looking for that saying, but
the prime roast, they're good. I don't know what
Are you looking for bell of the ball?
Sure, they're the bell of the ball.
Okay.
The White Sox, bell of the balls.
Eating roast at the balls.
Eating roast at the balls. The White Sox are the 1 seed. And then you have Cleveland, who's lost. What's Cleveland doing?
Dude, they've been a disaster. I know we're not supposed to talk about the upcoming series, but they finally got a Bieber win, and I think they're playing the Royals, but they went on a full skid. I mean, dude, think about a week ago, the Yankees stunk, and we were wondering if they were going to fake make the playoffs. We knew they would, and then Cleveland, we were talking about how they could be the best team in the league because they get a good start every day. And then TFA, man, things fall apart.
They do. They do, Jake.
Yeah.
So they won yesterday. I'm trying to see how many did they lose in a row.
I think it was like near 7 or something.
This is bad.
I feel like I recall hearing 8 for what that's worth.
And the Cubs, dude, both walk-off losses, hit by pitch.
Like if the Cubs and the Braves, man, if they draw a good bad team in that 3-game set, I don't know. I mean, at least the Cubs still have Darvish and Hendricks. The Braves, man.
And Alec Mills.
Okay.
You shut your mouth. Disrespecting him all the time.
Your guy.
I'm going to be Alec Mills for Halloween.
You swear?
Nope.
Okay.
I had a dream that you killed yourself via airplane or helicopter. You hijacked a helicopter and crashed it. And the last thing you did was you took a selfie of yourself and said, "See you later, bud," and texted it to me.
You had that as a dream.
I woke up full sweat. Fever dreams. I'm sick. Very scary.
Tough.
The only comfort I found is like you wouldn't even be able to get the helicopter off the ground.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to turn it on.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's a key ignition thing.
Even then.
It's super sad, man. Don't do it.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the West.
Let's do the West, Jim.
The Dodgers and the Padres faced off, Jake. Battle for the best in the West. Game 1 was a doozy. Dinelson Lamet versus Kershaw. It was 1-0 in the 6th. The true pitcher's duel. Grisham hits the home run to tie it in the 6th, and then the Dodgers implode in the 7th, and the Padres take Game 1. In Game 2, Gonsolin deals. 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run. Dodgers win 3-1. And then they go bullpen day, kind of. For the Dodgers, bullpen day is Gratterall to Kolarek to May as the premier guy, the bulk guy, the 5 innings pitched guy. And Dodgers win that as well. So they kind of, just push back a little bit on Baby Bro, who's now, faster, taller, stronger, and cooler. Like, we still got some man muscle of ourselves. So just back off. Dodgers win 2 out of 3. A's in Colorado met up for a 2-game set, and they split it because why would they do anything but? Antonio Senzatella with a complete game, 1 earned run win for the Rocks. And in Game 2, Fires was good, and Jake Lamb got involved again, which I find fun. They traded for him, was getting involved. Both of the scores there were 3-1. San Francisco at Seattle. At San Francisco. Why'd you put the notes like that?
Because they were supposed to play in Seattle, but they got smoked out. So Seattle was the home team in San Francisco. They moved the series.
Awesome. Well, San Francisco wins both games. In Game 1, I was trying to find one pitcher or one hitter to highlight because I'm trying to make these shorter. Impossible. Right. 8 Giants had hits, 7 had RBIs, and they used 7 pitchers who all did well. It was a complete team effort win by the Giants in Game 1. In Game 2, Wilmer Flores had a 2-run triple to take the lead late. The Giants won 6-4. Arizona and Anaheim played, and Arizona won 2 of the 3 games. Texas and Houston. Houston gets 3 really quality pitching performances, Jake. Urquidy, 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run in Game 1. McCullers looked really good in Game 2. And then Framber in Game 3, 6.1, 11 strikeouts, 1 earned run. Houston wins 2 out of 3. But the best pitching performance came from a member of the Texas Rangers in Game 2. Kyle Gibby, complete game shutout. Talk about that a little more later on. And that's everything that happened in the West Coast.
Great stuff, Tim. My first question to all of our Houston fans, because, Jim, you do mention they got 3 nice starts, Urquidy, McCullers, and Framber. They also, their bats went dead. I mean, they won the final game 2-1. Kyle Tucker hit a 2-run homer. That's it, over 2 days. So I'm wondering if they're more happy with the pitching or if they're more worried about the hitting right now in Houston.
Well, I think you got to be, if I could put myself in a Houston Astros fan's shoes, which I usually is my 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And
put
it's
some put some lipstick on, lock the door.
Yes. You're happy with the pitching. You just tell yourself the bats will come alive, and you really, really need pitching for the postseason. And, they didn't just get good starts. They got three really good starts in a row. And Urquidy comes back. Framber, did Dusty Baker murder him in the 100-degree heat, making him go out for the 8th inning? He comes back. So I think it's easier to tell yourself, oh, one series, your pitching wasn't there. Hitting wasn't there, but at least the pitching came back.
Arizona, LAA, literally nobody could care. Cole Calhoun's return to Anaheim. More
on that later.
Just so passionate. SF at Seattle at SF. This game gets moved because Seattle was a smoke fest. San Francisco just kind of wins game. I think our Seattle dream is dying on us, Jim.
Oh, it's dead. Yeah. I saved that now. And I kind of said it at the beginning. The AL playoff picture. I've said this since the deadline, but it is firmly 100% the 8 teams in the playoffs. It was a pipe dream rooting for Seattle to do it, but they're dealing with some other stuff, like not having a lot of talent, and the whole state's on fire and all that.
Those hurt. Rocks and A's split 2. Why not? Senzatella, my guy. Big game. Jake Lamb playing for the A's. That's kind of fun. A little change of scenery. Sure.
Jake Lamb. I know he got involved.
He's been pretty bad. But get some A's magic, kid. And your name is Jake Lamb. Think about that.
Would you rather that name or your name?
Ooh. I don't know. The last name for me is kind of the winning piece.
Yeah, you have an awesome last name.
Yeah.
Except so many people mispronounce it.
Yeah, sure. Do you think anyone's ever mispronounced Jake Lamb's last name?
Uh-huh.
Jake Lamb?
Yep. Because sometimes when people have very, very easy last names,
right,
people think it can't be that simple, and then they do weird shit to it.
Sure.
Like my mom's maiden name was Papa.
Right.
And she would get people like Papa and like thinking it's like
Papa.
Yeah, Papa. She's like, it's Papa. Like, how could you fucking mess that up?
Well, she's also a very mean woman. And then in the I got BBD with that one. The primo box series in the West Coast, Jim, was Dodgers Padres. Again, we kind of got excited for a little bit of anarchy, and the Padres took game 1. Lamet, Grisham pimps the homer, Dodgers implode. But this, if you're a Dodgers fan, this has probably been your only important series of the season, and your team bounced back and looked good.
Yeah, and especially coming off the first game where, you got upset because Grisham hit the home run off Kershaw and celebrated, which was so annoying. And then Muncy has the mental brain fart with Profar going home, and then he throws the double play ball. They imploded.
Fart.
What's that?
The double play ball was a throw fart. There was a brain fart on Profar, and then there was a throw fart on not Profar. So it gets tricky.
It was ugly.
Yeah.
It was like a little mini implosion. So the fact that they can just come back and win the next 2 and be like, we don't care. It's cool.
Yeah.
Some fortitude. Yeah. That's what the Dodgers need.
Good mental fortitude. And they can basically, I mean, now they have ensured that they've pretty much won the West. They'll line up their pitching, and they can look at this series and be like, hey, this series was kind of important, and we won it. So I think they're good.
Yeah. That's probably what they're saying.
That's probably what they're saying.
It's probably Dave Roberts' speech after it. This was an important series, and we won it so good.
Important series, we won it so good.
What's for lunch today?
How about that? Yeah. Hey. God damn it, Mariners. You stink. Minus 52 in the run differential for the Mariners this year. That's worse than the Angels.
I mean, let's not harp on them. They traded pieces. It's not like the Angels. It's a miracle run where they were not trying to win and they accidentally, stumbled into a lot of good. So
Jim,
it's a good end of the season for the Mariners. Like if you're a Mariners fan, you're happy right now.
Jim, your Angels,
Yeah.
0.9% chance to make the postseason. So,
what was the stat that you tweeted out? That
oh my God,
every pitcher not named Bundy or Haney is winless this season.
Yeah, before Griffin Canning's win the other night, outside of Bundy and Haney, Angel starters were 0-30.
Brutal.
So
it's bad.
For the season.
Are you over your are you over your rocks, or you think they're doing
They are in the NL slog, technically. They're playing 4 against the Dodgers, and teaser, they lost the first one, and it was like a tied game, and then they blew up. So, I mean, it most likely all falls down this weekend if they could somehow survive the Dodgers series. Then they've got them, because I think they end with an easy schedule. I think they're
getting pushed out of the slog. Like
they are
the Cardinals, Brewers, and even the Mets right now. They're pushing the Rockies like off the mountain and being like, hey, like we actually have to deal with some stuff here. So just get out of here. You're not part of this. And the Mets are next to go.
Yeah. No, it's I mean, they're playing 4 against the Dodgers at home, and they lost the first one. So like this is probably where it ends. The race for 30.
Damn. Sorry about your rocks.
It's okay. Hey,
we're not talking about the Nationals enough.
The who?
The Nationals. Like I'm disappointed in the Rocks.
Oh, I told you. Oh, I haven't told you this.
Okay.
I think MLB has the fix-in against the Nats this year.
Oh.
Because, dude, I don't think they're going to play 60 games. And I think they might be the only team that doesn't. So MLB had to make sure they were so bad that it wasn't a discussion point.
Okay.
But yeah, they're awful.
Oh, we didn't talk about the Cardinals?
Yeah.
If the Cardinals don't make the playoffs, that's going to be the biggest, like, what was it all for feeling ever. Like because right now they're not in the playoffs. And if they quarantined, Jay Flair was throwing balls at mattresses, as Trev likes to remind us. They didn't play, and now they're doing double headers like every 3 games. And if they don't even make the playoffs, I feel like there's going to be a big, like, we just got Truman showed into some real world baseball television show where we were the dummies that just got.
They are, well, I think the counter argument would be people telling them they were the dummies for going like the casino or lake thing or whatever it was. But I think they're playing the Pirates this weekend, and I think they have 2 doubleheaders, but they lost the first game to the Pirates. And I think the narrative, especially if you're a Cardinals fan, is about to flip. It's this team's exhausted. It was too much, blah, blah, blah. And so they better take care of the Pirates.
They got a doubleheader today.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, you win 2 7-inning games against the Pirates, and you're back to 500, and you're looking great. You might be back in the 6th seed by the end of today.
It's true.
What a disaster, NL.
Where's that thing I like looking at, Jake?
Where is that thing you like looking at?
Now it says Oakland is 11-5 against above average teams. I guess because Houston's over 500 again.
Yeah.
It's a weird chart.
A little bit.
They were 1-2 last time we did this.
Oh, and San Francisco went back over 500 too.
It's wild. They went 1-2 to 11-5. That's something you just check at the end of the year. But I like checking it all the time.
And it's funny because I think over the course of a full season, that does ring pretty well. It's like, okay, who'd you play? But the fact that, depending where the Giants, if they land at 30 wins, like that's going to make the A's look that much better. I don't know. Bizarre year.
Bizarre year. Someone in the patron chat asked where that is. I linked it. All right.
Linked it.
You want to move on to awards and stuff?
Yeah, I think so. I think
All
we
right.
can.
Awards are brought to you by DraftKings this time around. It was sure nice seeing the teams back on the gridiron over the weekend. Lucky for us, that was just week 1, Jake. There's no better place to get in on all of the action than with DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. To add to the excitement of week 2, DraftKings Sportsbook is bringing back their can't-miss offer. If you haven't tried DraftKings Sportsbook yet, head to the App Store now because you don't want to miss this. DraftKings Sportsbook is giving all new users the chance to turn $1 into $100 when they bet on any team. That's right. You can place a $1 bet on any team. And if that team wins, you cash a cool Benjamin. How could you pass up on that? If you're new to DraftKings Sportsbook, head to the app now to scout their latest offers. Bet with DraftKings Sportsbook, a sportsbook that goes wherever you go. DraftKings is safe, reliable, and secure, making it easy for you to deposit and withdraw your money at your convenience. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code JOMBOY when you sign up to get this can't-miss offer. Pick any team during week 2. Bet $1 on them and win $100 if they win. That's $1 to win $100 when you use promo code JOHNBOY during signup for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. You must be 21 or older, New Jersey only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Jake, who would your one team be?
My one team this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'd have to look, Jim. Didn't know you'd put me on the spot like that.
Just say a team.
Baltimore, depending who they're playing.
All right, everyone go put your money on Baltimore. $1.
$1.
You get 100 in return.
God, I hope they have a good matchup. They're playing the Texans. I don't love it. How about the Chiefs? Chiefs.
Isn't that a revenge game?
Chiefs.
Isn't the Ravens a nice revenge game?
Yeah, but it's in Houston. Deshaun's good. Chiefs.
Houston.
It's me as a baby.
I thought you said they were the Titans.
It's me as a baby.
Okay. No. Standout performances.
Standout performance.
Kind of bullshit because we had so many really good pitching.
Yeah.
Lines. 3 complete games, Jake.
Yeah.
Do I go first?
Sure.
BBD's not in his head. Yes.
You're first.
Yeah.
So just.
I mean, you were supposed to do the East first today, so I didn't know if we were switching or what.
I was?
Yeah, we'd had been doing it that way.
Oh, my bad.
You're good. Show works. Pretty flexible.
You know why? Because you had filled out the scores.
Right.
So when I saw that you filled out the scores for the East, I was like, oh, Jake has the East. And then I scrolled down to the West and it wasn't empty because you filled out both. But my brain still thought just by seeing East filled out first.
Genuinely zero problem for us or the listeners.
Kyle Gibson's my standout performance. Now,
Gibby.
I do struggle because I don't necessarily need to talk about Kyle Gibson at this point in the season. He's not going to be in the playoffs, but it's his first complete game shutout in his career. And Gibby's been around.
Love that.
He's got one other complete game, and it was back on August 17th, 2016. He goes complete game shutout against Houston, whose offense was struggling, but he's part of the reason it struggled. 3 batters reach in the first inning, Jake. 2 walks. He also had 2 caught stealing, so he didn't record every single out by pitching. Tucker got thrown out and Springer got thrown out. Other than that, it was pretty damn good. That's the best outing of his career. So I wanted to let people know about it. He's a friend of the program. He came onto this show and talked labor dispute nonsense with us way back when. Trev's political friend, Gibby. Standout.
Man, we got to get to Texas spring training next year. Sit down with Gibby, Lance Lynn, just squat up.
I'd feel superior.
Oh, always. And it's pretty cool. I mean, best start of his career. When you say that, I mean, that is pretty cool. He does it against Houston. See the state of that lineup. But yeah, complete game shutty. Gave Texas a chance to win that series. Not that they should care. And I think there's a Whataburger twist here. I think something with our guy Taylor Hearn, who we also interviewed on here. They got him Whataburger, or he didn't like Whataburger, and they made him eat it or something. And I think that directly led to the complete game shutout.
That's badass.
Yeah. So add.
Do you like Whataburger?
You know what? It wasn't great for me. When I moved to Dallas initially, I had Whataburger and Taco Bell within the same distance, and like if I was flipping a coin or drunk, it was going to be Taco Bell.
Yeah, but you're a Taco Bell guy.
I am, but I gave Whataburger a chance. I went there a few times. I just couldn't find my wheelhouse on that menu.
Yeah, you like Backyard Burger?
It's okay.
I like Backyard Burger.
Okay.
Okay.
Huge. Good job, Kyle Gibson.
Good job, Kyle Gibson.
Good job, Gibby. Jim, I'll do my standout performance, if that's all right with you.
Please.
I'm going to do Byron Buxton of the Minnesota Twins. And a couple times here, we're going to mention Trevor Plouffe's name. Disgusting. He does have a 2-homer game yesterday. It ends up being the game they lose, the whole Donaldson sweeping over the plate, blah, blah, blah. He homered in the past 3 games. And again, what was an important series to both of these teams in the AL Central. And more importantly, Jim, he's going nuts. He's got 12 home runs and 111 at-bats this year. Byron Buxton, it's not who you picture. His OPS is right around 900. His slugging is 622, which is right below Nelson Cruz. And Buxton, he's always kind of been the bonus piece. He's either been hurt or he kind of hasn't been in it, and he's kind of, this Minnesota lineup. He's almost the 9-hole guy. I think he hit 7th the other day. They're missing a guy or two. But Byron Buxton, man, he was formerly the number 1 prospect in baseball, a special defender, a special runner that you'll find on a baseball field. He's hitting yabos, Jim. And if Byron Buxton can hit at a 900 clip, that's a guy, he enters like MVP territory. So Buxton, couple home runs in 1 game, 3 straight games with a homer.
Well, it would have been 4 if they didn't reverse the call on Eloy. But again, you're bragging about that because you only got the home run because Eloy didn't want to throw the ball.
He and if I break out the butter knife a little bit more, Jim, in his last 8 starts, 7 home runs. So he's
1 inside the park.
He's boogieing. He's fast, man. Fast.
At running.
I mean, could you you said us, Lance Lynn, and Gibby in a room, just inferior. I mean, imagine hey, let's catch some fly balls with Buck. It would, I don't know. We wouldn't look like humans? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So Buxton gets it. And Plouffe kind of went on a tirade that it doesn't matter. Everyone makes play. I think if you're Minnesota and you don't get home field, I think you're dead in the water. So I do think it matters a little bit.
Okay. Being the home team would be more nice.
I mean, in Minnesota.
Especially out of region home team.
Yeah.
If you're going to Chicago or Cleveland and there's no fans, you've been doing that all season. It's probably routine. But when you leave the region, it's going to feel different. So if you have to leave the region as the away team, I think that is a little Dude, how about the NL is going to feel like the home team in the World Series because they're playing every game of the DS or the CS in those ballparks.
Well, it's Houston and Dallas, and then the World Series is straight Dallas, right?
So what if the ALCS where's the ALCS or NLCS being played? Dallas?
I think it's Houston or maybe it's just Houston, and then they'll go to Dallas.
That would make
the NLCS is also in Arlington, and the World Series is just in Arlington.
So that's what I'm saying. So if that goes 7 games, and 2 NL teams play all 7 games in Arlington, and then the World Series is in Arlington, those outfielders are gonna know that wall better than the AL team that comes in. They just played a bunch of games. Yeah. They're gonna have a slight advantage on knowing the ground.
I'd like to hope the World Series doesn't come down to knowing the outfield slightly better, but you never know. That's baseball.
Yeah. Interesting. I would have put the ALCS in Houston.
Yeah.
So you don't get the comfort level up.
I have another one. If it's LA or the Padres, who are probably the top 2 choices you would think to come out of the NL at this point, they're almost definitely still going to be 1-4. They would play their NLDS series in Arlington too, so add some more games to that number.
Yeah, you're going to get comfy.
Maybe too comfy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like when you wear sweats all day and you're like, no, I feel gross.
Well, not me, but most humans, yeah.
Yeah. What do we do next?
I think soundboard.
Is that the right thing?
Yeah.
Dirt nasties on Fuego. That means I'm on fire, baby. Like Waco.
I put a lot of people on the Fuego list.
I love it. I love it.
Vogelback has been really good since being a Brewer, Jake. This guy sucked with the Mariners. He played like 2 games with the Blue Jays. He's started 10 games in a row as a Brewer. He's got a 406 batting average, a 472 on base percentage. How about that?
Man, and it's kind of funny because you wonder, the Jays picked him up, and then the Brewers DFA smoke and pick up Vogelback, and it's like, are you just moving pieces to move pieces? And I think it kind of worked, though.
Yeah, crazy. Kwang Hyun Kim for the Cardinals. His last 4 games started, he hasn't allowed an earned run. I mean, he's like their best pitcher. Pretty unreal. They picked this dude up, and they're like, yeah, he might be in the bullpen. He might start. 5th starter. It's been lights out. Oops. It's been lights out. So he's on there. Some Yankees, but, I mean, they hit 6 home runs in 3 games in a row. So DJ and Voit, Jake told you, those guys are hot as hell.
Yeah, it's tough, Jim, because they do deserve more love, and I think you and I are tiptoeing a little bit because we have a Yankees podcast. We're Yankees fans. But, I mean, these Blue Jays have been really good this season. So I know it wasn't no Ryu, but, I mean, their bats went nuts.
Yeah, I don't know about those pitchers. Roark hasn't been good.
Taijuan Walker has.
Yeah, but Derek Fisher died for him, so.
Yeah, for his sins.
Brandon Nimmo's got 4 multi-hit games in a row. And in September, 12 games, 373 batting average, 418 on base percentage, 1 OPS. Good job, Brandon Nimmo. The Miracle Mets.
Another guy in that Mets lineup. Oh, my God. Do you know BBD hates Nimmo?
Well, why would you like him?
I mean, he gets hot, though.
He's good.
I mentioned Nimmo, and he pushed someone in the streets of the Bronx.
Was it Nimmo?
Wasn't Nimmo.
Hey, look, there's Brandon Nimmo, and then he pushed him?
No, there's a guy I know in the Bronx named Nemo. And BBD kind of everything just went red for a second.
Yo, Nemo!
It's really unfortunate because he is elderly, but happens.
You hate Nemo, BBD?
Yeah, I don't like it.
I think he's the easiest guy to dislike.
He's good, though. I almost gave him bro tonight, and I remembered I don't like him on Wake and Jake ad.
The way he runs out walks is like an instant reminder to the worst kid on your little league team every year.
Mm.
And it's like an instant, yep, don't like that guy. I don't know anything else about him, so I'm just judging it on the way he runs to first base after getting walked or hit by pitch. And
All that stuff is like, it's like one notch too much. If he did it like one less of a thing.
Oh, you don't even
just
like
gave
him.
it-
That's really nice of you, BBD. It's like 10 notches too much. The dude sprints after getting hit by pitch.
If you gave him a brisk jog, I'd be behind it. And if he didn't like do the show diving after on all the plays, I'd live with it. But
my thing is, he's not like the first guy in MLB history to do this. I mean, we have guys come along and do this. Didn't Pete Rose do that?
I wasn't alive for him, so I don't know.
R.I.P. Pete.
I'd never seen someone sprint to first the way Nimmo does in Major League Baseball. Have you? Can you think of anyone else in our time? It's crazy. It's easy to hate that.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, hustle player.
That's not hustling.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
the ball's dead.
Pete Rose used to do it.
The ball's dead. It's not hustling.
Now, once you get to first base, keep going.
Well, he doesn't do that.
Can.
Yeah. Cole Calhoun, he goes back to Anaheim. He hits 3 homers in the 3 games. He went 6 for 13 with a walk. So he liked being home. Well, he's not even home. He liked being back. Jose Abreu, 6 games. He's got 4 home runs in his last 6 games, 11 RBIs, 542 batting average in his last 6 games. Tim Anderson gave him a nice big hug because they clinched the playoffs. And it's his first time going to the playoffs in 7 years or something like that.
Pretty nuts. Him and DJ LeMahieu, I think, are the highest AL wars right now for position players.
It's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Verdugo, Jake, he's hot.
Yes.
Back-to-back games with 3 hits, and in his last 18 games, he's got a 373 batting average and a 413 on base percentage. Verdugo still doing it in Boston.
Get it going. They called up Houck. Have some fun for the final couple weeks, Boston, as the Celtics start to die.
I heard they were being called the Meltics.
Yeah. It's a play on words, I think.
What words?
Oh.
Jared Walsh, last 9 games.
Yeah.
450. I'll be honest, I don't know who Jared Walsh is. Someone in the patron chat said, if you guys don't talk about Jared Walsh, I curse you to the moon and back. Who's Jared Walsh?
Bad news. He's on the Angels.
Yeah, I know that.
He's playing some first base for them. And I think he was a prospect of sorts, but he got his kind of cup of coffee and he stunk. And he's doing like, I'm back in the big leagues, I'm staying. And he's raking. He looks good. Me and Bieber have been laughing on Wake and Jake because his name popped up a lot. And it's like, all right, dude, you want to be involved, huh?
Yeah. Jared Walsh. He's got a beard.
Yeah.
And he's from...
Gives me Muncie vibes.
Yeah, a little Muncie vibes. Very, he's from Wisconsin. And then you look at him and you're like, oh, of course you're from Wisconsin, dude.
Yeah. I should have told him that. Yeah.
Yeah, very much like, obviously. Well, he went to high school in Georgia.
Georgia. That's a hell of a mix, huh?
He was born in Wisconsin.
It's just like, that's power. Those are 2 power states.
Yeah.
Baseball player from Wisconsin and Georgia.
Yeah. It's interesting.
He
went to Peachtree High School.
Peachtree.
I think that's all I have for in Fuego.
It's good. It's good.
Thank you. Race to 20?
I think it is time for the Roosevelt's race to 20. And I mean, Jim, I don't know if you want to cue up any like We Are the Champions type music or something like that, or maybe the Trevor Plouffe is a goddamn fool type song. But yeah, man, the race to 20, and we just did it. / Luke Voit did it. And it's unreal, man. We get to watch Luke Voit
Hold
every
on,
day.
I got it queued up.
He's
The
got
Rays
it.
20.
Roosevelt.
We did it.
We did it. Okay. And thanks to Roosevelt, before the season, the Sharp said, will anyone hit 20? Knowing that idiots like us would easily pick the over. And guess what? The idiots were right. Because Luke Voit gets to 20. Again, the Yankees were just destroying this Blue Jays pitching, playoff Blue Jays pitching. But Luke Voit has been awesome all year. He's been dealing with some foot stuff. So sometimes when he circles the bases, you get a good limp out of him. He's been just such a monster, Jim.
Jake, do you think that Voit having foot stuff actually helped him hit more home runs? Like it galvanized his body? Because if we get him on an interview, I'm going to ask this. Would you rather hit a home run than run perfectly healthy around the bases? Or would you rather hit a home run than limp in the opposing team's face?
Yeah.
Because the answer is so easy.
Yeah. And I mean, there's even more moving parts there. I mean, he hit a double the other day and he looked miserable. He was like, oh my God, now I got to be on second base. Like, I got to judge on a single if I'm supposed to score type stuff. So yeah, I do think as the foot stuff added up a little more that it helped his cause for this. Cause it's like, well, I'm hitting home runs. I might as well keep doing it.
Yeah. And it's so badass to limp home.
Yeah.
And like, you're the MLB home run leader and you're injured.
And it looks like Jose Abreu is still on pace, right?
Jose Abreu?
Yeah.
What's he at? How many?
He's at 17.
Whoa. Yeah, I don't know. Our guy hasn't updated the sheet that I like.
Oh, my guy updated the sheet. He's got 17 over 50, which that's on pace for 20.4. So I'd like to get another one on there.
We're getting live updates now.
Live updates. So yeah, I'd like to see Jose get there. Cruz and Trout are still on pace for 18 and a half-ish. So again, a hot series. They're back. But Voit did it, man, and it was it's just impressive, man. As Yankee fans, I'll watch him because he takes these big old hacks, and they're fun. And I'll see him swing through a slider, and I'll be like, okay, is that taking him off a little bit? And then no, he just comes back either that at bat or the next at bat, and he pokes another one.
It's crazy. They're monster shots too.
Yeah.
Someone in the Patreon chat just referred to BBD's mom as Mama Bug.
Bug. Bug.
Mama Bug. That's some Ozark shit. Okay. So we still got some more. I think another person will do it and we'll really rub Trev's face in it.
Sure.
Moving on to the watching of the slumping. I only have 3 guys on here. I don't know if you want to let any late additions.
I like it. I think we got to tidy up slump watch, maybe keep it to the big fish. And you've got big fish, Jim. Let me speak on one of them really quickly.
All yours.
Yoan Moncada. Jim. Ofer in the Twin series. Again, kind of a big series. Everybody on the White Sox is hitting, except Yoan. And maybe he's getting jealous of the goatee things. Have you seen Jose Abreu and Eloy? They've got these little goatee ponytails coming in. They're trying to go like.
I think Abreu's had that for a while, right?
They're trying to. Well, I mean, they've got a crew doing it now, and I think Moncada might be getting jealous of that. But the bigger thing is, I watched a few of his at bats, man, and he was lost. It was bad. He took 2 fastballs right down the middle, and then just struck out, and was like, "All right, I'll see you guys later." He did it from both sides of the plate. And that's, as a switch hitter, that's the worst feeling ever. You lost it from both sides. So that's definitely, if this was talking White Sox, they're definitely saying, like, we just got to get you on right for the playoffs, baby.
Yawn.
Yawn.
Yawn. Okay, you spoke on him. Matt Olson, he's won for his last 18. Now, his one came in the most recent game, so maybe he's on his way out of it, but it's not good.
Not great.
And Acuna. His last 7 games, he's had 29 plate appearances. He has 2 hits, 0.83 batting average, 2.08 slugging. That's not good.
Not good. The opposite of what you want to do.
Bad.
Bad.
Yeah. Norm, what's going on with Acuna? I mean, if you don't have Acuna being hot or any pitchers, Cole Hamels went like 3 1/3 with 300 runs.
53 pitches.
You want to do a quick segment? Who got mad? We'll move on. We got other segments.
Who got mad? We got mad.
Donaldson got mad.
Yeah.
Roberts got mad. The Donaldson thing's pretty funny. Whoa.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Jakey Burps has been out in a big way. Yeah, the Donaldson thing was good. It was good entertainment. I do, they end up losing that game.
And you get ejected for that.
Oh, you're getting ejected for that. I saw some people playing the umpire like, wow, we got another umpire.
Dude,
like, no.
Every time I post a breakdown, I get people like, no matter what, a lot of times umpires are quick to eject them, but like, umps are so soft. Like he ejected him for like, dude, that's an ejection. I think Donaldson knows that's an ejection.
Yeah.
And I get people like, this is why baseball is hemorrhaging fans. What are you talking about? This is a viral clip. This is literally doing the opposite.
Yeah.
Anything I make a breakdown of isn't a reason why baseball's losing fans. It's literally the very opposite thing that's happening there. We're gaining fans here. This was very entertaining.
Yes. I think, some of the Joe West type antics would be outside of that, but dude, it was just, I mean, all of the comments on Twitter, YouTube, wherever, I mean, it just shows like what's wrong with the country now. Like half of the reactions were like, this is badass. Josh Donaldson is my new idol. And the other half were like, could it be more Bush League? What are we doing out here? And it's just like, all of you should kind of shut up. It's kind of fun. It's ridiculous. He got a bad call. He showed up the ump. He get tossed. Like A plus B plus C. Yeah, we figured it out.
Equals a book.
What was that?
A plus B plus C equals a book.
A book.
A book.
You
do it.
That got BBD going.
You do it now, BBD. Oh, God.
Oh, my
you
God.
You came in so wet.
Jesus.
Damn. Wow.
Audio listeners will love that.
Oh, my God.
Jake, what's your award?
ASMR pod. Jim, my award, a very, very vaunted award, is the John McNaughton Art Award.
John McNaughton.
John McNaughton Art Award.
I mean, I don't know, John. Should I know who John McNaughton is?
Oh, no way. I had to look it up.
Okay. Hold on. Let me just Google John. I'm glad that you're doing a thought out award.
Yeah.
If you Google John McNaughton art, it gets very political very fast. So now I'm worried. I'm worried about your award.
Well, his most famous piece of art is titled the Forgotten Man Award.
Okay.
Or it's the Forgotten Man. And Jim, it's been the Forgotten Man this whole season. We talk NL slog. We talk slop. We talk how we hate all these teams. Jim, there is an NL team out there that in their last, quick turkey math, that is 17-8 over the past month or so. That's in the playoff picture. It's the San Francisco Giants, Jim. And I know, this isn't supposed to be a full-blown team award. They started out 8-16. They are now 25-24, keeping their nose right above the NL slog, above 500. And dude, I just think we always, every pregame show, we're like, yeah, the Giants, okay, yeah, okay, the Giants, cool, they keep winning. Trev has a crush on Longoria, cool. Their lineup, like you mentioned in that one game, is pretty well balanced, man. Brandon Belt almost has a 1.0 OPS. Yastrzemski all year, he's around 9.5. Donnie Barrels, Alex Dickerson, like this lineup is pretty real, and it's not a lot of the brand names you know. But this lineup at least deserves some love. Wilmer Flores is doing it for the second straight season. We didn't know what that signing was about at all. Their lineup's pretty good. Their pitching ain't going to do much for you, and if they are in a playoff series, nobody is going to pick them. But credit to them, man, for staying above the NL slog. They've been the forgotten man all season.
Good job. Do you think they have any chance of winning in the postseason?
My only caveat would be a special Johnny Cueto day. But otherwise, no.
That's just like one game, though.
Right, but I mean, they actually, Kevin Gossman has put together a pretty nice year. I mean, no, it's not a pretty team, and nobody would pick them. But for the time that we spend on Reds, Brewers, slog teams, my Rocks, I've talked about them a lot this year. The Giants have earned it. They're a nose above that, the forgotten man.
Okay. I'm going to pull a move straight out of Jake Storielli's playbook.
Yes.
And I'm going to give out the
landing strip for your pubes?
No.
Oh.
The John McNaughton Art 2 award.
Oh.
Do you know who John McNaughton is?
Like, not really, if I'm being honest, no.
The most famous piece is a piece called The Forgotten Man.
Yes.
All the presidents and then kind of the common man sitting on a bench. America's
Right.
forgotten about him.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the Forgotten Man award that I'm giving out to Juan Soto.
Two.
Yes, it's John McNaughton Art 2 award.
Yeah. Thank you.
In parentheses, Forgotten Man 1. Because you
No.
I didn't see that on yours.
My whole thing was in parentheses.
It's going to Juan Soto. Because he's really good.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's going to get any credit for anything because MLB, as you heard earlier, Joe has it in for the Nats.
Yeah. The fix is in.
And he leads the league in intentional walks this season.
Yeah.
And his numbers are insane.
Yeah.
And he leads the league. He's tied for worst sack hits.
Ooh.
0.
Okay.
Any other stats you need?
You hit all the big ones. We did a little bit on one of the pregame shows the other day. He's got more walks than strikeouts. What he's doing at his age is crazy. His OPS is close to 1.2. Yeah, I mean, it sucks that the fix was in on the Nats this year. But, yeah, I'm sorry, Juan.
Do you really think they're not going to get to 60 games?
Okay, I mean, they have them scheduled. I mean, we're one rain delay from a disaster. And, hey, Jim, if they go 12-1, they hit that 30 number.
Who did they play?
The Nats are finishing with 5 at Miami.
Miami needs games then. They're in like a standings race.
4 versus Philly, 4 versus the Mets.
3 doubleheaders.
All those teams want games to play.
For sure. Big time.
I think they'll try to get all those in. All right. No wheel today because my body's hit its limit.
Body's hit its limit.
And I need to leave. Go sleep. Is that okay with everyone?
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you guys very much for hanging in there. Hopefully I get better and more energy and stuff. I'm dying right now. I'm going to play the music. Bye.